What's happening, guys? We're back out in the shop again. We've got another small project to do with this truck. I'm kind of tired of just having the pieces laying around in my house, so I kind of want to go ahead and get it in before it gets broken. There are multiple other pieces that I will be adding, but for now this is going to be the main one. It's supposed to be, going along with the whole flow of the truck or whatever. It's an interior piece. It's not external, or exterior, should I say. Well, I'll tell you what. I think we should get this show on the road. Alright. Now for a minute now I've had this trim piece right here in. And obviously it was factory color. It was like gray, and then the inside trim piece was like a blackish color, and I pulled it out and painted it blue or whatever. But with me trying to change everything over and to go with like a luxury style look or whatever, I'm just gonna ditch it. And I've got the other piece right there, and as you can see, it's got the wood grain because it matches the wood grain right there on that console. And like I said, I've got other pieces I got to add in. It's fairly simple, pretty much straightforward. You just got to take your time and be patient. I mean, all of it, just clips right in. You've got two plugs that you got to unplug, and I preferably pull the gear shift. I put the truck in. I turn the switch on, put the parking brake. It really isn't in no particular order. You can still put the parking brake on. Put your parking brake on, and turn the switch on. Put the truck in like the lowest gear. Obviously not running. You just want to pretty much like in the accessory spot. That way you can at least pull the gear shifter down, and that helps ease of access to get that whole panel assembly right there out. But the only problem that I'm going to run into is that when I put this voltage gauge in, I think it's got like 2 or 3 wires going to it. I'm kind of debating if I really want to put it back in the truck, like that particular one anyway, or do I want to go with a different style. It's blue, so it would match the truck, but it is bright. And where it's sitting at, was ideal for this and for that particular application, being that it's the black housing on a blue background with a blue foreground. But it's not going to flow with that right there, and I'm not going to drill any holes in that one. I drilled 2 little pilot holes in this so I could at least get the screws in. I don't know, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm going to go ahead and try to manhandle this piece right here out. And if I get a chance, I can do a little filming along the way. But like I said, it's basically all clips and like 2 plugs, so it's not really that much of a how-to. But I'm gonna show what needs to be shown. That way, if you decide you want to do this kind of thing, you'll know exactly what to do and how to do it. I've already put the truck Put the truck parking brake on, and I've already taken the switch and turned it on. Like I said, it's just in the accessory position because you got the little indicator light right there for whatever gear you're in, and I've got the shifter all the way down. The next step is to just take this and just pull along the edge very carefully. That way you don't break it in case you want to keep the original one if you have it, or if you're interested in taking yours out and painting it like I did mine. As far as this one's concerned, the color on it is like a tan, and my dash is like a gray. So obviously it's not going to match. However, this section, the whole tan section, I'm going to have someone, probably the guy who's going to actually paint this truck, I'm going to have him, God, I'm sweating like something I'm not going to say because that'd be ugly. But anyway, the guy that's going to paint the truck, I'm going to have him paint it like a jet black, like a midnight black. And, it'll be one item taken care of, and the next item would obviously be, well, I'm going to give him all the pieces at one time. That way I can get them all back at one time. But he's going to take this piece right here as well and do it. And while he's got it, I'm going to do something to probably, maybe like carpet the sides of the console black. That way they match with the carpet itself on the floor. And figure out what I'm going to do as far as this console top right here. Because this whole console comes apart in multiple pieces. But yeah, as far as this is concerned, it'll be black, and the wood grain will still be there. I mean, that's not real wood grain, but you get my drift. But anyway, let me get this blue one out, and then I'll pretty much just reverse the process and show you guys exactly what to do. Okay, guys, I have gotten the old one out. As you can see, look, you can tell. Here's your headlight harness right here. You're going to have to unclip that. And you're going to have, it's going to be a blink at the top. Then you're going to have a cargo lamp. Then you're going to have the airbag switch if you own the truck. If you own the SUV, I think it's slightly different. And, I've had this thing in and out so many times, it's retarded doing different stuff. I've had this air system right here out. I obviously had the radio out. And this air thing right here, it's kind of jacked. It's actually broke. I do need to get a new one, but it's one of them things where you just don't kind of don't worry about it right now because it's not a major issue, and I've had to cluster out and replace the gauges behind it. The needles are actually Escalade needles. They're not the factory ones, because the factory ones would be orange. However, if you don't really care too much for the white needles and you want to, like, say per se clear, because the way these, well, I can't turn the switch on, but the way these light up, they obviously light up white. If you wanted to take the orange needles and make them clear, you can actually sand, take just a fine grit sandpaper or a Scotch-Brite pad like the red one and just scratch the coloring off the back of it and it'll be clear. But it's kind of a ghetto way of doing it, but hey, custom is custom, right? But anyways, as far as this right here is concerned, this is pretty much the gist of it. You put your 4x4 switch back in, airbag switch back in, the cargo lamp switch back in, and your headlight switch is in. And I did change the vents, and you can tell the color difference now. The vents have little clips on the back side. If I can show you real quick, you look down in there, you can see them. There's one on each side, and then there's one down there and one there. Just start from the inside and just be very, very, very careful, because these, are gonna get brittle over time and they will break very easily. I actually cut the wiring for the voltmeter. I've got it right here. It's an old Stinger voltmeter. And it's okay. I'm gonna keep it. I don't know, you know, I was kind of thinking silly or whatever, maybe put it up here and drilling a hole in the middle and running the wire in and up underneath because I've got a hole in the headliner cut for this console right here, because when I had to do the wiring and screws and all that shit. But you know, I could drill one hole in it and run the wiring behind it and run it up under the headliner and over and down the A pillar and then connect it back in here if I wanted to do that. But it would look really silly sitting up there by itself. I'm kind of trying to keep it clean, so I want to put it somewhere where it's not, you know, as noticeable. I've even thought about, you know, maybe putting it off to a side up here. Just have to get like a little piece of plastic, like a piece of ABS plastic, and actually cut out a square and make it look neat, of course, and, you know, somehow or another attach it to this, because the pressure of this actual piece will hold whatever's there in place. And then I could just run the wiring through the back side, because that little cup holder right there actually comes out. But yeah, anyway, as far as plugging all that stuff back in, you know, like I said, it's pretty much straightforward. The white one goes on the bottom, I think. Yeah, it's white on bottom, yellow in the middle, and black on top, if I think that's right. Now, of course, the headlight switch. But like I said, it's pretty much self-explanatory. You know, you've got the clips, and they all just clip right in. So let's go put this thing back in, and we'll finish up. The very last step that you'd like to make, or would want to make, that, you know, I would prefer anyway for you to do, is to check all the lighting and whatnot. Turn that volume down. Let's see. So, crap. There's the damn. Had to cover up the flash a little bit. So the airbag light is on. The two-wheel drive light is on. Well, four-wheel drive switch assembly light is on. Can't tell if that's on or not. The background is supposed to light up or something, if I remember right. Let me turn this damn light off. Okay, got it off now. Got all the things in the dash as far as it lit up or whatever. Parking lights, the instrument lights came on. That lights up, those light up, that lights up. I don't know why, but for some reason I thought that cargo light right there, that cargo lamp, is supposed to light up too, but I guess it don't. I don't remember if it had a bulb or not, to be quite honest. Trying to see. I'll tell you what, hang on a second. Yeah, it is lit up. Because it stayed on when you turned the lights off. It comes on with the ignition switch. Okay, cool, great. But anyway, that is in. To me, it looks automatically really so much better than the other one looked. It looks so much cleaner now. You just get tired of looking at the same old crap, and trust me, The console in this and that piece right there, good God, they're expensive on eBay. I had to drive all the way to a place called Bezel, South Carolina in order for me to get this console. And it cost me, in the ballpark of about $120 in fuel and $80 for the actual console. The instrument trim or dash trim or whatever, I think I paid $40 or $50 for that. Oh, I wake up, gotta finish this video. But anyway, and I even had to stab the fan up in the window. I've got it sitting on a little stool, and it's, it's a pedestal fan, and I've got it sitting up on that, and it tried to fall over, so I had to prop it up against the mirror. But hey, it's better to do that than to burn up. I like working on my stuff, don't get me wrong, but I don't really like getting all sweaty and sticky, trying to work on it. It's one thing if you're getting oily and greasy, but sweaty and sticky is completely different. But anyway, enough of that horse shit. But yeah, that pretty much sums that about up. Like I said, it wasn't really a tutorial. It was just something I wanted to do and something I figured I could share to help anybody along who may not know what's going on. There's spiders down here. Like one's trying to fight the other or something. Let me show you guys it. The wildlife, ladies and gentlemen, the wildlife. I'm not quite sure exactly what the little one is doing, but the other one looks like a wolf spider or just a regular old general garden spider. I'm not sure. I can't zoom in any farther. Anyway, I don't know. Didn't want to sit there and bore you guys to death with that. I don't think the little guy would win, but then again, I could be wrong. It's possible. But well, we may have a storm coming in. Don't know. But it was good because we kind of need to rain like big time. It hasn't rained here in a minute. Some of them guys out west or Midwest, yeah, like the Texas, Oklahoma area, they need to bring some of that, some of that rain this way that they keep getting. The East Coast is in bad shape. But anyway, that pretty much concludes what all is what all. If today was your birthday, happy birthday. You might as well subscribe if you haven't already. Please leave a comment, let me know what you think. And, well, I don't know. I just don't know. But until tomorrow, that's another Sundown Chevy production.